You mentioned the papers that were made public by The Guardian for one of the publications, I think, that were some of the private papers of the Palestinian negotiators. Those papers suggest almost a desperation, as some people have interpreted it, desperation on the part of the Palestinian negotiators to find some answer, and that they appeared to make concessions that many of their supporters wouldn't like for them to make, including a resolution of the issue about refugees, and also some concessions about the West Bank and East Jerusalem. If it's true that they made those concessions, and according to those documents, Israel held fast to its public statements and didn't negotiate or offer a lot of alternatives, are those concessions that Israel could make or could accept, or how would you articulate what you've read in those papers?
Well, first of all, I cannot confirm or deny that the validity of those papers. Second, I have a lawyer friend. So he says that when he presents a case, first of all, he denies that his client did it. Right. And then he argues that if he did it, he was right in doing it. And thirdly, that even if he had right to do it, that was legal in the framework of the law. So first of all, I can't confirm that the veracity. Second, we have to consider that many of these papers were internal papers of apparently internal papers of the Palestinian negotiating team. So we don't know exactly if there were positions that were adopted by the leadership or what exactly. Thirdly, it's a pity that the revelation of this information came through outlets like Al Jazeera and The Guardian that openly condemned the Palestinian Authority for making these outrageous concessions to Israel as if they were the ones that were suffering the consequences of 62 years of conflict. Instead of lauding them for being pragmatic and prizing their willingness to go forward and beyond the slogans that everybody knows will not conduct to any peace. They're willing to go further than that. They present us as if they were sort of betraying the interests of the Arab nation so that regarding The Guardian and Al Jazeera. Now, the papers, of course, do not reflect the Israelis' work and the Israeli agonizing about the same issues in a sort of mirror image. And I think we should be encouraged by the fact that we see that both parties, we know now about the Palestinians, but enough has been said in Israel about the Israeli side today. We know after the publishing, for example, after the publishing of the memoirs of Prime Minister Ehud Olmert, in which he explains how far Israel went in that direction. Finally, presenting Mahmoud Abbas, the president of the Palestinian Authority, with a map in which Israel was actually conceding more than 90% of the territories and proposing the Palestinians to receive other territories instead of that. Now that point in negotiations, at that point the negotiations were interrupted for different reasons. But I think those of us who want peace should be encouraged to see that at least the vectors were pointing at some future convergence in some time in the future. The problem is the Palestinians didn't come back to the negotiating table. Olmert presented his proposal, and Mahmoud Abbas was supposed to come back to him with an answer, and since then we have been waiting.